Game on the line. $98 million man with the ball in his hands twice. And he does what he's done in his net career, and that's come up small. Now, normally, D won't. What he normally does in the fourth quarter is he normally misses a crucial shot or crucial free throw. That's been most of his net career, and certainly one of the biggest bugaboos is his turnovers. For a star point guard, he is one of the worst decision makers in a big spot that I've seen. Now, I disagree with Tim Bonhams, who writes for the Post, who tweeted, he's your best decision maker. Boy, I would really disagree with Tim. I respect him. I like his writings. I follow him on Twitter. I've had some interactions with him a couple times. But boy, is that not true. Best decision maker. Just because he's your point guard. Let's look at history. Let's look at fourth quarter history. Darren Williams, D won't, D nil, D lose, T.O., however you want to label his nickname, is not a primetime money on the line player. Now, surely by now you've seen the Vine video that I posted. Gentlemen, give the guy credit. Mike Prada posted the last play. Not the last play. The Salmon's layup where Paul Pierce was brutal defensively. Kid had was playing offense, defense, so he had the right idea. He took Williams out, put Pierce in. Had Anderson, Livingston, AK, Garnett, and Pierce on the floor. I would say that's fair to be your best five defenders. But Salmons just goes right around Pierce. Now, Karolinko was on his way to help. And Amir Johnson grabs him by the arm and just pulls him out of the way. How it's not seen, I don't know. I guess it's late in the game. Referees are afraid to blow the whistle on stuff like that. They're afraid to be, involved controversially in the outcome. So I know they're hesitant to blow a whistle, but when a guy grabs an arm and yanks it, I don't know. With three officials, I know one definitely can't see it. But boy, this guy Tony, who called the two technicals, certainly looks like he's in position to have seen this guy do what he did. He just friggin' grabs him by the arm and pulls him. You see the video. So anyhow, of course, if that play's called, game's over, right? Offensive foul, ball going the other way, right? Game over. Well, maybe not game over, because who knows if we get the inbound in. Darren Williams, his signature for his net career will be in a big spot. So far, in a big spot. He's not a big player. And I've been saying it for a long time. Darren Williams angers me. I feel betrayed. I feel like, we went and got somebody and it turned out to be somebody else. I guess you equate it to, buying something online. Or how about I go on one of those online whatever sites that they have where you... Marilyn Monroe is the profile picture, like, ooh, and you go on the date, and it's Miss Piggy. That's what I friggin' feel like. I got one of the great point guards of our time in a trade, and I got Miss Piggy. The guy, twice, crucial spot, made a brutal pass in entry pass to Pierce that was telegraphed. He saved his ass by drawing a charge, and that's a questionable charge. I'm not saying it's not a charge. I'm saying it could have went either way. and then an inbound pass. Now watch the video, watch the tape. No one was guarding Williams. So you don't have a timeout. What's your only play there? Kyle Lowry's ass is to you. Throw it off him. Try to throw it off his leg. Throw it at his ankles. You know, it hits his ankles, comes, or throw it softly off his butt and go in and get it. I mean, you know, make a play, Darren. Make a play. Instead, he gives it to the other team. Not only does he give it to the other team, but if you notice the play, and by the way, I listened to this on the radio. Chris Carino's call of this was simply brilliant. His last description, I mean, in the car, I had an exact visual of what happened. It's a massive contrast. You know, I'm a Yankee fan. You listen to John Sterling in the car. You have no, you know, the ball could be halfway up the gap somewhere. You have no idea where it is. Is it down the right field, third base? You have zero depiction of the play. Chris Carino was absolutely brilliant on his call. And the guy is brilliant. I think he's one of the best NBA guys there is. I mean, he's phenomenal. And Capstraw is another one. Both of them are tremendous. I love listening to him. I wish, you know, you can sync. Not that I don't like RES guys, because I do. But I honestly would prefer Carino and Capstraw over any two announcers, other than Breen and let's say Breen and Jeff Van Gundy. I love those two guys. But other than them, I enjoy Carino and Capstraw, and he called it perfectly, did Carino. But here you go, D-Will. I mean, the thing that you can't do is not only do you throw the ball away, but you throw it away. You throw it away in our backcourt, in your backcourt. And then when you come back to try to recover, did you notice? I mean, did you notice, like, he just runs by the play? Like, Morris, what the hell is the guy's name, Morris? I don't even know to get Patterson. What did I say, Morris? I'm thinking of the freaking Suns. I watch too much freaking NBA basketball. Patterson, I'm sorry. So, he runs by the play, and the guy gets an open 10. Like could he have anticipated? Larry makes the kick to Patterson. You know, you'd think he'd have some anticipation skills and to stop and get in the guy's face. He doesn't. He just like runs by him. Patterson puts up an easy shot. Boom. And then how about this confusion on the inbound? Watch this replay again. On the inbound, he wants nothing to do with the basketball. Now, I get it. You know, Pierce obviously is the guy to get the ball, but your point, watch your star, watch your $98 million guy go into his shell. You know, it's almost the reverse of Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson goes in the shell the whole game, comes out usually with a minute to go. Although, you know, you want to, again, Net fans, please shut the fuck up with the Joe Johnson accolades. Joe Johnson, once again, nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. 3 consecutive games where he did not have an impact on a game. That's not an all-star. Do you understand? That's not an all-star. What did Johnson do, by the way? Let's look at his numbers. Do we have them? Oh, shit. I lost the website, but I'm going to go back and get it. Joe Johnson, I believe, is now at 6 points a game over the last 4, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty much close. He had a whopping 12. He was 3 for 10. Now, I know Joe's getting double-teamed. Wah, wah, wah. I know all that. Okay? Give me a break, all-star. Come on. Give me a break. 12 points, not cutting it. Pierce, felt bad for Pierce because he really has not been a great net this year. He's been more on the bad side than he's been good. And to me, it was his signature day, and it was, you know, fitting. He had the emotional day in Boston. You know, he got that out of the system. Today was the day he was to become a net, was to take his team to a half a game, within a half game of first, put them in 6 in a row, send Toronto and Kyle Lowry a message, look, you know, you might be up and coming, but I'm the guy now. I'm getting this done. I mean, he busted up. He busted up whoever covered him in the fourth quarter. Hit 7 3-pointers, 7 of 10. Made 2 massive free throws. Had his coming out party. And our franchise star player fucked it up for him because he could not get a fucking ball in bounds. That, my friends, is D won't. D won't. After the game, what did he say? It's not the first time I've had a turnover to lose a game. It won't be the last. Oh, gee, thanks. Thanks. Not the first time you have a turnover to lose a game. You're right, it's not the first time. And you're right, it won't be your last. And listen, he's a human being, so of course he's going to make my man. Maybe I'm being a little too tough. Maybe I'm being a little too tough on my $98 million man. But you find me a fourth quarter where he put his signature on a game, on a big game. You're not going to find many. You're going to find more of these types of games from him than you are going to find a signature moment. An absolute, to me, absolute crushing defeat. Crushing. Now, 40 games to go, I get it all, okay? I understand Toronto's going on a 5-game trip. To me, you had a chance there. Toronto with a 9-point lead with 7 to go. Feeling good, cocky. Kyle Lowry's all over the place. They're playing without their star, DeRozan. I mean, and you storm back. You pull 4 points ahead with 3 to go. You're up 3 with 17 seconds to go, and you can't close the deal. It's colossal. And I wanted a wire-to-wire big victory. Of course, that didn't happen. And then I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll take a victory. And the way it played out, I was like, this will be even more sweet of a victory. Being down by 9 and coming back will be even more sweet. I was pumped. Man, I had my post-game tweet going out to the boys at Yes. I was like, this was Paul Pierce's finest moment. I was about to hit tweet when D-Will, 2 consecutive turnovers on back-to-back possessions. And one he saved his ass with the offensive foul. And the other, he compounded by not putting a hand in the face of Patterson. And, of course, not going anywhere near the basketball on the inbound with no timeouts left. Should Jason have called? Listen, I get it. And again, in the Dallas game, he didn't call a timeout. The inbound right away. Maybe he shouldn't have, but you can't blame him. Karolinko's been bad at the free throw stripe. He got him out of there. You know, Johnson was not in the game, which I'm not sure if I would have done that. I don't know. Johnson's probably, he's not a great defender, but I don't think he's a horrific defender. At this stage of his career, I would think he should be a better defender than Pierce. Maybe he would have guarded Salmons a little bit better. But, listen, again, all that being said, inbound the basketball, make free throws. We walk away half a game out of first with our chests out high. Talking about a Friday night matchup with Kevin Durant. You know, we playing with house money. I told you I wanted to be 4-1 over this 5-game. Well, now you're 3-1. So guess what? Now, in my opinion, you need the victory against Oklahoma, or else you're looking at a 3-game losing streak. And fellas, you cannot afford 3-game losing streaks. You've already had your quota of losing streaks. You got a big road trip at the end of this month. You got a 7-game trip at the end of this month. That very well may include a 3-game losing streak. You can't have it. You can make up for this victory. You can make up for this loss if you win both of these games this weekend. Then you'll quickly forget about Toronto. But you and I know that this ain't happening. You had a division opponent wrapped up. They went ahead of you. They were up by 9, feeling good, pretty secure in themselves. Nets are on a back-to-back. They'll fade away. They're an older team. You come back, you punch them in the mouth, and you got the game in your hand, and your star fucking player, your star, $98 million ball handler, decision maker, fucking throws a ball in the hands of the other team 20 feet away, 30 feet away from the basket. physical defeat and yet another moment in Darren Williams' net history that has stamped him, they won't.